Driving on New Zealand roads is very different. It's not that big of a country here, but with all the varying speeds and the mountain passes, the narrow roads, a drive that could take an hour can easily take you 50%, 100% longer, especially when you're trying to stop for some photo opportunities, which there are a lot of. But I'm here now in a little town called Twizel. There really isn't much here, but its location is very important, and I'm very excited for the next couple days where I'll be spending in the Mount Cook National Park region. So it's really quite an interesting place. This was, outside of staying in the Mount Cook village, which is incredibly expensive. This is sort of the nearest town that you can stay in, and I'm very excited just for the little road up, if you can see that. The water is just so different. It's like this highlighter blue, and that's all the glacier runoff water, I think, and I'm just so excited for all the photo opportunities this is going to present. I really want to start early, get on my hike early, and I'm going to be doing the Hooker Valley track hike, which I think is one of the most popular hikes. It's obviously popular for a reason. I'm very excited for all the morning light that's going to come off the mountains. I've already seen them and they're snow-capped, so I'm excited. I'm going to have to play it by ear. It's going to be an early start to tomorrow, but we'll see what we get, and I expect to get a lot of really great photos. The weather should cooperate, so I'm hoping for the best. This has definitely been worth the drive, hour through the pitch black. I'm not even that far in the track yet, and I've sort of just been running around. There's so, I'm currently surrounded by beauty, and some of the pinks and reds are gone now, but just 5 minutes ago they were all over the sky, and it was amazing. And I was sort of running around trying to get the right composition. Obviously not familiar with the land, so just trying to get the right views, but I mean, I feel like it's hard to not get an amazing shot here. It's just gorgeous, and I still have quite a ways to go. I'm excited. I definitely want to get a little bit more shots before it gets too bright out, so yeah, I think I'm just going to continue hiking along. So it got a little bit windier, apologies for that, but just walking along the path here, and I saw a view that I really liked, and it's it's simple, muted colors. All the sunrise colors are gone, but it definitely still works. Just a little footpath that sort of leads up to the mountain. So I kind of went up here to get a little bit of a higher vantage point, and yeah, just a nice simple composition using the nice S shape in the footpath to lead up to the mountain. Yeah, really Really simple, but I like it. So I thought I was the only one on this trail. I hadn't seen another person, but don't know if you can see them in the background. Just past two photographers who beat me by an hour, and they went further along the trail. They said they ran it, so yeah, they said they started the trail at 6 a.m. Around that time it was pitch black for me, and I actually couldn't even find the trailhead, so wasted some time there, which was exactly what I didn't want to be doing, but go figure. But yeah, they showed me some of their shots. It was interesting. It looked like I might have got a little bit lucky with some of my hiccups, just because the valley behind me is where a lot of the interesting colors in the clouds were, and you know, they certainly got some nice photos, but the colors weren't really there, so bit of a long journey just for a sunrise. But yeah, we talked about it. They gave me some pointers. They kind of know the area a little bit more than me, so I think I'm going to continue along at least to the end of the hike, even though a lot of the color's gone, but at least just to explore and plan, because there's a good point that there's a good chance that I might come back and do this again. Trying to think whether it wants to be another sunrise or maybe do this afternoon at sunset if the weather's cooperating. I think it could be a really good opportunity. So for now, let's see what else we can get here. There was another bridge a little bit earlier in the hike, but I kind of like this one a little bit more, because this one almost leads right into the mountain. Clearly that's a big focus for my morning today, and I don't know if you can see, but I'm now being joined by some other people on the track, so I still haven't made it to the end, but I'm clearly taking a little bit too long, but that's okay. I'm going at my own pace, and there's so much to see and explore, and I'm loving it here. So I've got my camera in a vertical orientation here, really focusing on the bridge and just the mountain. It's not as interesting to the sides of the bridge to me, so I'm going to put myself in this photo walking along the bridge, really give a sense of scale of myself against the mountain in the background. As I'm seeing some of the cloud move, I might just take a little bit of a pause here as well, switch to my telephoto and just get some detail shots of the mountaintops with those clouds rolling through. I think they could be a little bit moody, and I think in this kind of weather it works. It's not overcast, in fact not overcast at all. I guess maybe the sun is just sort of hidden behind some clouds or the mountains, and I guess it is still pretty early, so once the sun gets a little bit higher, I'm sure there will be a lot more color here. The views just don't stop here. I barely made it across the bridge, and I'm granted a completely new, beautiful view. And this has been such an easy hike, and it's definitely such a effort to reward ratio that is just amazing. So I've got my telephoto on. I'm not sure I'm going to need it for this. It's a little bit closer than I thought, but I'm going to hike up to the top here and see if I can get a little bit more of a better perspective just on the valley below. It looks like the path probably leads through it, so I'd love to include the path in my shot, and maybe it's the river instead of the path, but same idea, winding through the valley below the mountains. So I'm going to turn this off and try and get to the top and get a shot off. when I was walking across this bridge here, the first thing I saw was the stream with the beautiful icy blue glacial water. I'm not sure if the video will be able to show it to you, but I will have a picture of it for sure. And so I was looking at it for a little bit, and it was, I mean, it's beautiful. I've never seen water quite this color. And so I took a little bit of a look up, and even right behind it was beautiful. There's a little bit of a little peak there with some glacier at the very top. So it was a really nice composition, so I made sure to capture it. I'm in a vertical orientation. I'm using the polarizer. This is definitely one spot you want to use it. I'm getting rid of the reflections in the water and really bringing out those natural blues that are in the water. I'll show you like the effect of the polarizer has and why it's such a useful tool to have. I think if you're going to have any filters, it's definitely the one to have. I was also experimenting with ND filters in terms of how long of an exposure I wanted, and I kind of ended up in the range of 1 to 2 seconds. So I am using my 6-stop filter, but I bumped the ISO up. I think I only had to go up to 200, so that's totally fine. And I think that's the sweet spot where you still capture the motion in the stream, but you're not smoothing it out so much that it kind of just looks weird. I think for a scene like this, just having a little bit of that motion works really well. The sun is finally out. I've been on this trail for quite a while now. I hit it before sunrise, which was at 7:15, I believe. So I think it's just before 10 o'clock now, which means I haven't seen the sun for about 2.5 hours. I guess being surrounded by tall mountains will do that to you. It is a little bit cloudier than I was expecting today, but it definitely hasn't been a problem. I actually quite liked the flat light in the morning. I thought it worked really well for some of the scenes. We'll see what else I get now that the sun's out. I hope it doesn't create any too much contrast or harsh shadows, because sometimes that can ruin the shot, but I think we'll be okay. There's still plenty of opportunities in shaded areas and whatnot to shoot in. You know, I've been on some really great hikes, and I really enjoyed the Southwest USA. All those national parks in Utah, Arizona, Colorado. Arches National Park is probably way up there in one of my top parks, but I don't know. I mean, this is hike 1 so far, but I think it might have to be my favorite place. This hike is incredibly easy. I mean, it'd be great for trail running, but I mean, the entire way you are just surrounded by magnificent views. And you know, sometimes you hike to 2 great views, or you hike and you get a few great views, but I mean, this one is just spectacular the entire way through, and anyone can do it. So it's really, really great. I'm very impressed, very happy. We're almost at the end of the Hooker Valley Trail, and the entire journey's been well worth it, but I guess this is a large part of what you come for. Hopefully you can see we've got some little icebergs in the water, and if you follow me along a little bit further, there is one really big one, if you can see right over there. Now it's a little bit sandy or dirty, but I mean, I've only seen icebergs before in Newfoundland, so to be able to see little ones this up close and personal is something special. So I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time here photographing these icebergs and see what compositions I can get. I don't believe these ones are like stuck in the water, so they might be floating around, which makes I finished taking some photos here. I might do one more pass through, just see, make sure I haven't missed any opportunities. Apart from the larger icebergs, there's these little ice chunks that have, will continue to float to shore. So, it's also an opportunity just to go up to the shoreline and pick up a piece of ice that is thousands, if not tens of thousands of years old. And it's a little bit of a unique experience. I think when I'm done taking photos, I might just, stick around and enjoy this place. It's just so beautiful that the only sounds you hear are nature. You're surrounded by glaciers and mountains. It's just such a beautiful place, and I cannot wait to come out here again. And I don't think I could recommend this place enough, so I hope that you'll come out here as well.